Infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city, your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This guy is David. And this time we're actually talking to the audience instead of some random person at a bar.
No, that guy was fine. He was fine. He didn't interrupt us at all, except the absolute very start of our show,
Oh yeah,
which really just set the temperament for the whole entirety of the show. So
the tempo of the show. Yeah, look. That happens every once in a while. We're allowed to have one of those shows, and it was a fun show.
yeah, it's always good to be side by side.
Oh yeah, when we're at Hofbräu House, it's always fun. Laura L. Lines Black says hello. Hello, Laura. How you doing?
Hola, ¿cómo
Good seeing
está, señorita?
So, David, how you been?
I'm just, well, I got sidetracked. You heard about the email that I got. It was a work email that went through, and I was like, oh no. So I got sidetracked on it, and I didn't do my job.
It happens.
I had one job to do, and I didn't do it.
It happens. Look. It was kind of a big work email you had to deal with, so I get it. This is a business show, so I guess look, you're doing your business.
I'm doing.
He's doing his business live online.
He's doing my business live online. There's an OnlyFans for that.
I'm sure there is. So for those of you watching and listening,
okay.
David and I are considering starting an OnlyFans page where we literally just do this.
Just do business. There would be some weirdo out there be like, ooh, let's check this out. And then it would just be us going, sign here, please.
Right, exactly.
Just doing transacting business.
Look, there's an OnlyFans page for everything.
I thought at all.
There's an OnlyFans page for everything. You go deep enough in the web, there's something for everybody. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, don't go looking because it's there.
So, David, have you done any Black Friday shopping?
Yes, I went Black Friday shopping. I got some bread and some cheeses. I needed stuff to make macaroni and cheese. There was that's kind of what I went grocery shopping is what I did. That's what I did. That's really what I did. I went grocery shopping, and that was all of the shopping. We've been out since, but we have done zero Christmas shopping. Zero. Yeah. I haven't ordered anything online. Nothing. Literally nothing. It has just been so much business. Hey, Matt Hamlin's on there. Hey, It's good to see you guys. Kim Howard.
Hey, Davey and friends.
Hi, Davey. So I said, not to go off on a tangent here, but I did send an email out one time. It was in my current job, and I'm typing. I'm just flying. If anybody ever hears me type, I can actually type quite fast. And I looked down at my signature and I typed Davey. And I'm like, ooh, boy, am I glad I caught that mistake because it doesn't highlight because it's they took it. Right. But I would still be Davey to this day. And I'm not even, he still got my name as Dave, as you guys can go back 30 episodes where he promised me that he would change it to David. It still isn't changed. It's still
not bold either. I got to work on that.
It's still not bold. That's fine. Look, it's just West and West's friend, whatever.
That's it. West's friend Davey. It'll be Davey.
Is irrelevant. No. So hi, Kim. Thanks for joining in, and Matt. Now, we've talked a bit Christmas shopping. We've talked a bit this, but what's most important this time of year? Let me clue you guys in. Let's get real close here. West, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a fine cocktail of Dayquil and bourbon because I have pneumonia. So no, this is actually it's not super creative. I haven't been to the beer shop in a really long time. It's just a Blue Moon. Just good old-fashioned Blue Moon.
So that is so there's Matt Hamlin says, I wish I could watch every podcast. I'm busy and tired lately. Yeah, that is I see the memes on the Book of Faces here that says, for a person that works all the time and just works and sleep, I'm awfully poor and tired. And I'm like, ow, that got me right there, man. That got me right there.
It's close to home. But we do need to have Matt on the show sometime to talk about business. Yeah, I'm curious about how he's doing.
He's a professional rapper, so this time of year, his skills are in high demand.
It's true.
Bush latte and a fistful of bourbon for me, he says.
There you go. It's what it's all about.
Now, I have not tried. Now, I don't want to have a complete side conversation in the comments here, but I have not tried a fistful of bourbon yet. Give me something that's similar to. And in the meantime, while we're getting to that,
what are you drinking?
You got the Blue Moon. The first time that I ordered a Blue Moon, I was at what's that wing place that everybody thinks is cool?
B-Dubs?
Yeah, that's
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm at B-Dubs. Yeah, I don't go there. I don't think it's cool. I think
it's not. It's overrated. It's fine.
Wildly overpriced, and the wings come out and they're these little teeny tiny. And I'd rather go place. Remember Crafty Pint, man? Crafty Pint had the wings.
They had some wings. They were like full size like chicken wings.
Yeah, so they brought it out to me, and it had the orange slice on it. And I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, did I order a beer or a fruit salad? What the hell's going on with this? With I ordered, so I had, as I do, 4 or 5 of them. And I'm like, after the first, I was like, do not bring the orange. I don't want the orange. I don't want the orange near my beer. I just want beer.
Right.
So that's what. But today, in preparation for my trip into Hawaii, which is next year, late in the next year, so I'm getting an early jump on it. I've got Kona's Big Wave.
Nice. Do you have a slice of pineapple in your beer today?
Absolutely not, because I am not drinking a fruit salad. But I do have my Bespoke Post bottle opener that I absolutely love. And I was just talking before the show. I actually think I'm going to because I've shut that thing down for a while, just kind of dismissed it. I think I'm gonna go back to it because, again, it's all the things you'll never buy for yourself. So we should pull it up here. If we can do it later in the show or now or whenever or next week maybe, and talk about Bespoke Post, because it really, really is a cool, cool little it's a subscription service, which
it's a great business model. We really should do a whole show just on them. Like, let's try and get somebody on from Bespoke Post to talk about what they do.
We're drinking the Kona Big Wave out of, and you know the name of this one.
I'm not going to say it. You say it.
This is the Bubenstein. This is the Bubenstein. It's the Stein that's got the boobs.
There you go.
So it's the Bubenstein. That's what we're drinking out of.
That's what we call it tonight. But no, you're going to Hawaii, and you will actually have Kona in Hawaii. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm like, I was just telling you, it's like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get my Kona. They have another one too. It's a red label. I don't know what it's called, but they have a red label. I've had both of them. I like them, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get as many of them as they'll allow me to take on the beach, and I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna drink Kona Big Wave on the beach in Hawaii and do nothing.
That is awesome.
I'll
make sure everybody in your contact book starts emailing you and texting you.
Son, if you think I'm gonna have my phone on me, you got something else coming. No, one of the phones will stay here. The work phone will stay here, and then my personal phone will stay in the hotel.
That's smart.
I don't need
smart
that
advice. When you're in Hawaii, do not take your phone on the beach with you. It's just a rule.
I'm actually thinking about upgrading my phone into they've got them again. It's just a flip phone, and it makes phone calls.
And that's it.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Not a bad idea.
To be honest,
still T9 text though. That's the thing.
It'd probably come back to me. It'd probably come back. Yeah, I'd be like, mother father, this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, once you go
for the first
to T9,
day,
you're like, oh, I hate this. This is the worst thing ever.
Yeah. So
but Matt Hamlin says he's venturing into different fields with his company. Matt, let us know in the comments, what different fields are you doing with your company? So David said he's a rapper. He's a rapper. This is not Vanilla Ice we're talking to here. This is not the MC Escher or whatever the rapping guy's name is. He raps cars. He raps vehicles. So Matt, let us know what you're doing with your company. I'd love to know.
Yeah, maybe he's going into an eggplant farmer now. Who knows? We don't know. We'll let him tell us. Matt, are you going into eggplant farming? If so, can you tell me what the market is and what kind of margins you're getting on your I
don't want to hear about Matt Hamlin's eggplant. Jeff,
you know what?
Says Volcano.
You just had to go there.
Volcano, the big island right now. By the way, howdy.
Yeah.
So I think he means the volcano is erupting in Hawaii, which it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm going to Maui, so to Oahu. So that's fine. It can do whatever it's doing down there. Oahu's cool. We'll be fine.
There you go. I can picture you on the beach right now singing the Dwayne the Rock Johnson song when he's
I'm straight up getting that costume out there and singing "You're Welcome." You got it.
You need some more. You need some tattoos. You need all the.
They got a costume that takes care of that. I'm not getting tattoos. I've made it this far without tatting myself up. I think I can survive a little further because I know some people who get a tattoo and then find out afterwards that they're actually allergic to the ink. So that
is a big problem. You do not want that on multiple parts of your body if you're allergic to tattoo ink. It is all bad news.
All bad news.
So Matt Hamlin says 53-foot semi-trailer banner system. You're gonna be able to print 50 banners for the sides of semi trucks. That's amazing. We need to learn more about this. So we need to have Matt on our show. We need to talk about his business because that's pretty awesome.
That's a lot of paper. That's a lot of printing.
Right, like I don't even know what materials he would use for that. It wouldn't be paper.
I would hope not.
Maybe, I don't know. He'd probably go through a lot of ink. He's going to spend a lot of time at Office Depot.
I can just see him out there with a little Kinko's refill kit. It's just like a little needle.
He's going to go through a lot of those little...
Just got a barrel.
Like he's going to go through a lot of those little cartridges. He's going to have like a million yellows left, and like he's going to go through all blacks and
all your magenta's gone. Replace the magenta cartridge.
But you can only buy them in full packs. That's...
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody who's
7,000 spare yellows.
Can relate right now.
Yes. Anybody who has kids and had a color printer. I got rid of color printing. I've got my laser, black and white laser.
Yeah.
And I think there might be an inkjet around here. I think it's black. I think it's black and white too. I think somewhere down in the basement, I've got a couple printers that'll do color.
Yeah.
And I have a photo printer as well that will actually print photographs. Nice. An Epson Artisan series, blah, 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 whatever. And that's it.
Well, so we don't even have a printer because we live in the 21st century. And if we need something printed, we'll just go to Shutterfly, and everything else is on our laptops or our phones. Why would we need printed paper? That makes no sense to me. So Matt Hamlin he said he won't do the math right now, but he's estimating $4,000 a day in profit. Matt, are you hiring? Are you hiring?
I was like, I'm headed for the calculator here. Where is it?
So Matt, I don't give away your whole business model here, buddy, because if you're making that kind of profit, you might have people copying you. Media is provided by the company. Dude, you're making $4,000 a day. Yeah, you're gonna have some competition real soon.
So I'm sorry, I got to break this down. So $4,000 a day. So $4,000 divided by 8. That is okay, wait. I'm an idiot. Everybody can agree on that. There we go. Now we've got the right math equation going here. So divided by 8 hours. So that's equals up to $500 an hour. Really? Okay, so that's $500. That's $500 per hour. The average work now. This is a standard person doing 40 hours a week. Through this 2,080 hours. So we're going to multiply that out. That's $1,040,000 a year.
Matt Hamlin, are you estimating to make over $1 million a year? And he's saying that's
profit. And that's saying that's profit, right?
He's saying that's profit. Now, are you saying is this net or is this gross, Matt? We need to know because either way, it's gross.
Profit. Well, if you say it's profit, it's got to be net. So, I mean, he's already included margin and everything in it.
Matt, we need to talk. Business, there's profit and then there's profit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. How many employees and all that stuff? We have went way down a rabbit hole. We have We have an agenda.
No,
we have an agenda tonight.
Got me sparked up with $4,000.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, here I can do some maths. I can look out some stuff. I can do some projections. Yeah, this is what I do daily. I love it. Yay!
Like I said, Matt, if you're hiring, look, this guy does sales. I do marketing, and I could use $4,000 a day. I could use $1,000 a day, frankly. I'm not gonna be greedy.
Not greedy at all.
All right, so
make your dog biscuits and move on.
Look, if I can make $4,000 a day doing that, I've really been missing out. But okay, we went way down a rabbit hole. Let's get back to it.
The rabbit, the white rabbit ran off. He's had the big clock. He's like, I'm late. You guys aren't talking about what you're supposed to be talking to. It's Black Friday time. Let's talk about that.
It is though, but you know what? So who else out there has been Black Friday shopping? Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. My mom actually does the midnight Black Friday shopping, and she's insane. I don't see why she would do that at all. That sounds terrible to me. Sorry.
I did the late night, early morning thing one time for a plasma TV back when they were all the rage. When LCDs and LEDs and OLEDs and all that, it wasn't even a whisper. It was you got plasma, and that was the coolest thing. And they had it was H.H. Gregg of all places, which is defunct because they were their cost of goods sold got too low.
Well, H.H. Gregg had a lot of problems. Anybody who ever shopped with H.H. Gregg knows they were not great to deal with. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So that was the only time I ever went. Was like, all right, let's go late, and camp out. We were camped out, a bunch of us along the thing, and we all had. And then they just opened the doors, and we all had to run. And I'm a big guy, and I had to be cognizant not to just put people through the displays.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can guarantee you, I'm going to be first in this line here.
Yeah.
Because I'll just run you over.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
So
yeah.
look, the thing is, the economy's not, in case you haven't noticed, the economy's not super great right now. There's a lot of people who are kind of hurting for money and complaining about the cost of this and the price of that. So there are a lot of people who are like, now's a terrible, you should never start a business right now. You should never go into business right now. It's small business. You die. You get run over because nobody wants to spend any money. Well, this holiday season alone, between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, a record was set at 196.7 million shoppers took to stores this weekend. That's insane. Between
I was
Thanksgiving,
amongst them at Wegmans grocery store.
I was not. Out of principle, I don't go shopping on Black Friday weekend. I don't do it.
I got my deli pastrami and my Munster cheese. Man, I was happy.
Man, according to the National Retail Federation, it was up 17% from last year. So this is 196.7 million shoppers. That's a record number in a time when we are in a very down economy. So
and
that
I mean,
tells
I
you
would have
right there.
expected it to be higher. I'm with you. I would have expected it to be higher as far as year over year because of the coming out of the global plague sniffles of death.
Well, last year
But
was actually
to
significantly
set-
higher, though, because last year was
Yeah, but
not
to s-
global plague sniffles of death.
Yeah.
That was the previous year.
Well, I get that, but you can't turn around without somebody still blaming global plague sniffles of death for something.
It's true.
So I expected it to be year over year, but the fact that they set records at 196.7 million shoppers,
Right.
That's a significant number. I mean, that's a very significant number.
Right. So what that tells us is kind of what we already knew. When the economy's down, when people are feeling down about things, when they're depressed, there's such a thing. Like retail therapy is a real thing. This is what
Yeah.
people do. People buy stuff to feel better about themselves, feel better about their lives. And look, it sucks, and it's going to get a lot of people in trouble. But because the modern monetary system, credit and whatnot, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. People don't value money as much as they do their time and their attention right now. So if you were ever want to start a business, right now is an amazing time to start a business. And there are a lot of people doing so. I actually have some other stats right here that I can share.
I just
Let's
had to look
see.
something up real quick. I just had to look something up just so you guys know what kind of turnout we got for Black Friday shopping in 2022.
What was that?
59% of the United States population, 59% of the United States population went shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a lot of people. That is
Yeah.
a crap ton of people. So here's a stat I just looked up for a different agenda I'm putting together for the future. Between 2019 and 2022, small business applications in the U.S. increased by 24.2%. Over the course of 3 years, 24.2%. There are a lot of people starting businesses right now. And remember what I told you. Remember back in 2008 during the Great Recession? Or Great...
Yep.
Yeah, the Great...
And the companies that were founded during that period, yeah.
Amazingly massive companies. So let's see. And it says, today, most of these businesses continue to thrive. The U.S. ownership reaching approximately... U.S. small business ownership reaching approximately 33.2 million small businesses in operation right now in 2022. So,
Yeah.
Look, if you want to start a business, there has never been a time than right now. Never been a better time, rather, than right now. So, Matt Hamlin, you're doing the right thing expanding. I mean, you are in a sweet, sweet
making
time.
the move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make the move. Now's not the time to get conservative in business. Now's the time to, don't be, go where your heart. I posted something the other day on the Book of Faces too. It said, go with your heart, or go follow your heart, but take your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Right.
That's really it. Now's the time to strike while the iron's hot. And sometimes if the iron's not quite that hot, you just have to heat it up a bit. It'll be fine. Microwave.
Right. So here's the problem a lot of companies have. And honestly, a lot of small business owners, I don't blame them for having this problem. It can be really difficult to actually get noticed. Because again, people are willing to give you their money. What they're not willing to give you is their attention and their time, unless you make it really worth the effort, right? So
Yeah.
the number one way to do that right now, we live in the 21st century, it's the world we live in, is social media. So that's why we put together a list of the top 4 ways that you can get attention on social media for your small business with zero budget.
And you don't have to take your shoes off and show your feet on a webcam.
Well, not unless you really want to, but there's a business model for that too. Look, OnlyFans is a real
absolutely-
thing. when David and I start our OnlyFans page, it's not going to be our faces; it's just going to be our feet as we talk about business. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Display.
Don't. Let's not. I don't even want to stay tuned for that.
Sounds
I'm just.
terrible.
You know what? All right. If anybody else has a podcast out there that I can join on to, just let me know. I'll come over. As long as we're not talking about feet on OnlyFans, we'll be cool.
Yeah, I literally just threw up a little bit in my mouth. That's why I need another beer.
So, I wore the shirt for a reason.
Okay, you actually read the agenda. Is what you're trying to say? Because
our number one item on our list of 4 here is consistency is key. Investing your time in social media, and we are not talking about, hey, I got a cousin who can post once a week for me, or even once a month, or once a month, once a week. You need valuable time spent in social media to bring that market to you. And that's when I say bring the market to you, that's what we're talking about doing, is actually driving the business to you from those channels. Because once that's out there and once that's percolating and moving, you're able to capture on that going forward. You don't have to keep investing in that. So I am a huge fan of the 80-20. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Cannot get past it enough.
Describe the 80-20 for people listening.
I've been listening to you cough. It came over here. It's like a yawn.
Sorry about that.
So 80-20, the 80-20 basically is telling you that 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your customers. Every time I see somebody putting a single dollar to the other 80%, I lose my mind. I pull my hair out.
Yeah.
Because you are, by virtue of shoring up your core, you are going to pull more people into that.
Right.
So your total pot is going to grow. There's going to be more people in that 20% giving you a higher revenue. You can protect your margins as well, which is, to be honest, the revenue doesn't matter if your margin's not there. So you can pull more revenue, protect your margins, and grow your entire footprint. But guess what? It's almost always, there's going to be some outliers, and that's the exceptions that prove the rule. But you're going to have those outliers. But the core of your business, 20% of your customers, is going to provide you 80% of your revenue. Do not market to the other 80%. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your freaking money. For the love of God, I've worked for other companies that have done this. It's like, well, if we do this, we can pick up that. And I'm like, they're either going to come or they're going to not.
Right.
But we're diverting money off of the people who provide us our operating income to go after the people who are wishy-washy about it. 1,000 True Fans, raving fans. We've talked about them. Go read those books. Look into the 80-20, and that's what you speak to your avatar.
That's it. So look, what David's talking about there is understand who your audience is. Your avatar is something we've talked about a million times before, which is your ideal customer. Discover your ideal customer, who they are, what their interests are, what they do for a living, their family situation, their job situation, their hobbies. Learn everything about them, and that one person, even give your ideal customer a name, and that is your avatar. Because when you're speaking to one person, especially on social media, when you're speaking to one person, you're going to have a completely different tone of voice than when you're speaking to an audience.
Yeah. I speak to one person in almost every situation. If I have a room full of 1,000 people, I'm speaking to one person. I have spoken in front of 1,000 people, but I have spoken in front of a few hundred people. But I always, one person. I'm always talking to one person, and I'll say general things to try to bring the whole group in to make sure they know, but I'm always speaking to my core customer. I'm always speaking to Captain Bill fire protection or whatever that I do, whatever I'm doing at the time.
Absolutely. And you see this in great speakers all the time. Like when you see somebody up on stage doing a keynote or even a stand-up comedian, you'll often see them look at one person and they'll speak to that person for a while. And then go over here and speak to that person and then speak to that person. It's just what you do. And when you're on social media, you don't always look at it that way. You look at a group of people. You look at your customer base. You look at your audience. But when you make an avatar, when you make your ideal customer, you're speaking to that one person. I was working with a Fortune 500 company not too long ago. And what they did was they looked at their entire customer base in their computer's database, and they found the most common gender, the most common name, the most common everything about their customer base. And it turned out the most common name was Jennifer. So they called their ideal customer Jenny. That was their name of their avatar. And we'd be in C-suite level, team meetings. And the CEO would be like, so what would Jennifer think about this? What would Jenny think about this? What would Jennifer do in this situation? Because they're talking about what would this individual do, not what the mass customer base would do.
Yeah.
But
again, we're not trying to capture that outlier. We're not trying to capture percentage number 21.
Right.
We're trying to get percentage numbers 1 through 20 to spend more.
Right. By
virtue of doing that, more people will fit themselves into that 1 through 20, grow your footprint altogether. It's
absolutely. And
I get frustrated because there are things we're doing that I've seen happen very recently that we're trying to, that people are investing in the other 80. And it's got me pulling my freaking hair out.
Right. Oh, totally. But what's absolutely key to reaching your audience, big or small, is consistency. And that's going to do a number of different things. One, it's going to keep you top of mind with your customer. They're going to see your content over and over again. And David, you and I just talked about this the other day. To get true brand recognition, you need a minimum of 7 touches. They need to see your logo or your message or you at least 7 times before they can truly remember you and who you are.
Yeah.
So first of all, you're going to get brand recognition. Secondly, you're going to have more content out there. So when potential customers go looking for you, they say, oh, who is this? Who is this David Leffingwell? I don't know this guy. Google your name. Guess what? You got a ton of content out there. That lends to your credibility when you have more content out there. So they're going to say, oh, he has a lot of stuff. He's obviously not some fly-by-night shyster. He's going to, if you were in the law industry, I don't know, he's a real guy. So that's going to lend your credibility. In addition, it's going to feed the algorithms. And we're not going to do a whole show on the algorithm again. But it's going to feed the social media algorithms. It's going to feed the search engine algorithms. It's going to tell them that you're out there. And the more you speak and the more people interact with your content, the algorithms see that. And it then automatically pushes your content out to more like-minded people. So it works in your advantage that way as well. So consistency over time does equal success, just like the t-shirt says. And that is why that is number 1 on this list. Consistency.
Number 1. Coming in at number 1.
Consistency.
West. Yeah.
And that's why we keep saying it over and over again, because we're being consistent. That's all we're doing. We're following our own advice.
Yes.
Number 2 is collaborators and gifting. So on social media, you often hear about influencers, right? One of the ways influencers make money is other brands, usually smaller brands, want to collaborate with them, want this influencer to talk about their product or their service. And that's how the influencers make money. But it's not all about the influencers. Collaborations really come into your network, and that can be loyal customers, that can be people in the same industry, it can be people in related industries that are just interested in what you do. Building those relationships is going to be absolutely vital if you want to reach the next stage of success in social media. And what this plays into is the idea of social proof. Because look, you can say all the great things about yourself that you want. You can run out and scream from the rooftops, I'm the greatest foosball player in the world. And some people might hear you screaming that and say, all right, whatever, just go away now.
Go play your foosball and leave me alone.
Right. But if this random other person that they've never even heard of before says, hey, did you hear about this David Leffingwell? He's an amazing foosball player. You got to check this guy out. He is just...
Don't challenge me.
He'll blow your mind.
You'll find out real quick that we're lying. I'm not very good at foosball at all.
But you'll significantly believe this random person you've never met before over the person who says that about themselves.
Absolutely.
That's called social proof.
If you're wrapping cars and trucks, you damn well better believe that you are the best there is at it, period.
Mm-hmm.
If you're rocking a podcast, like, this is the best podcast on the internet.
Of course it is. Come on, man.
No question about it. And we have to believe that. And that's really how you should play things out.
Mm-hmm. Is
you should always believe that, which means your vocalization of being so good is also worthless.
Exactly.
Is also worthless. So that's where the social proof is, and that's where you can go out and get a what do you call those whiny people? Influencers, got it. An influencer to help you out. You like that, did
That was a
you?
good one. That was a good one.
There's, if anybody's got a complaint about that, let's just Google the internet, whiny influencer. It will provide you hours, if
You'll
not
get an ample
days
list.
and
Yes.
days of entertainment, of pure joy of reading this stuff.
It's so funny.
And
Yeah.
you keep a pillow around because you're going to smack your head so many times that you're going to need something else to, to hit. Man,
Right.
it's good stuff though. Man, I fall down some rabbit holes sometime on these things.
We do that.
But going out for what's the term that you use? A micro influencer?
Right. So I actually prefer micro influencers over the big ones. Yeah. So the big influencers are going to have multiple, millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
The micro influencers are going to have usually between 1,000 and 50,000 followers. And they're going to be
50,000 followers is not that not chump change, but
and it's not.
It's still,
but
anywhere
even
from 1,000
even as small as 500 to 1,000 can be super valuable in depending on the size of your niche, right? So if you're in a super small niche, say like custom made pipes,
straight up, I was getting ready to use you as an example.
Right.
Straight up getting ready to use you an example. So let's say I decide to get into the pipe business. I want to build a pipe and I want to blend pipe tobaccos.
Right.
If I want to do these things, if I wanted to do this right now, do you know who I'm reaching out to? I'm reaching out to Western Chuck Carnahan. I'm reaching out to the cowboy himself, who is going to have a broad reach, a lot of impact, and a lot of sway in that social media sphere. So it's not going to cost me a lot. It might cost me a couple pipes and some tobacco.
Right. And that's it. So
as opposed to trying to get Reginald Jenner to do something, or what are those people called? Are they the big influence people? The girl with the big butt.
The Kardashians.
I don't even know. No.
The Kardashians.
That's the ones.
There you go.
I thought they were okay. Anyway, instead of trying to get someone like that who's got millions and millions and millions of followers,
right?
I'm going to go after somebody who is really niched down exactly to what I want to talk to. The core of the core, and I want to energize the core. And I want to talk to the gen of the gens in my avatar. Right. That is who I want to talk to.
So depending on the size of your niche, if you have a really small, super tight niche, you can go for somebody with 500 to 1,000 followers. And you can get crazy business to where you're working all day long. You don't have a free minute to yourself all day long. And all they ask for is, maybe a pipe or maybe some tobacco in exchange. Or let's say you're in, going back to the Kardashians, I think it's Kylie Jenner does a lot of, she charges hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to $1 million per post. But she has a much wider audience, and her sponsors you're going to see are makeup brands and clothing brands, and it's a much wider.
Well, I'm going to actually we at a person, right? We at them and then put their name in there.
Yes.
What's the young lady's name over at Hofbrau last week that we were talking to? Dyed her hair red. Talia.
Yeah.
Talia.
So while you're looking that up,
this was. I got it. I just sent it out to her so that she'd be tagged on it. What's doing here? What are we going here? What are we doing? I just want to do that. Hit enter. Okay. So this on that thing, talking about the sphere of influence, especially for people like that. I talked to this young lady last week who's one of our servers over at the Ufra House in Columbus, and she was like, "Oh, XYZ," and the person you had just mentioned did the red thing, so that's one of the reasons that she did it, because she liked how it looked and all the stuff, and so she rocked it on there too. So that influence that these people have, as much as I even joke about whiny influencers, it's true, it's real, and it's impactful, and you can monetize it.
Right.
They monetize it. Why don't you?
In a niche as wide and broad as, makeup brands, you need a massive mega influencer like a Kardashian. Or let's say you're in custom workout equipment, right? You can go for a mid-level bodybuilder. But here's the thing. Again, even so, especially with small businesses, I would recommend staying away from anything above 50,000 followers, because above that, they're going to want way too much for their efforts. I promise you, they're going to overcharge you. What you want is between 1,000 and 50,000 followers on the influencers that you choose, micro influencers. And instead of paying them, here's what you do. Here's the tactic I've used numerous times for a lot of really decent-sized clients. What you do is you actually contact them, you DM them, you befriend these influencers, right? You actually build a relationship. And once you start to build a relationship, first of all, it's going to do a couple things. One, you're going to find out if they're a jerk, if you even want to work with them at all. Because there have been some that I'm like, oh, this is going to be a super cool dude. We're going to really hit it off, and I'm going to love working with this guy. This happened more than once. You start talking to the person, you're like, I never want to talk to you again. You're a terrible human being. So one, you're going to learn if you actually want to,
I'm still here,
work with them. Right, but David, we kept him around anyway.
Yeah.
But two, what this is also going to what it's also going to do is it's going to tell you, it's going to give you the opportunity to not pay them, but rather offer them, hey, can I send you some samples? Can you just give me a quick review? I'll send you all you want. Just, just give me a review. We'll be good to go. And more often than not, honestly, they're going to say yes. You're going to get some no's, and that's fine. And that's why you move on. You cast a wide net, and you get a few bites, and that's your success. Offer your product in exchange for a review. Because their audience is going to be worth gold to you. I promise you. Yeah. That social proof that they provide is going to be worth gold. It's great. But we are actually starting to get our live studio audience coming in today, and they're joining us now.
While you're addressing that, I'm going to go real quick and look up how many subscribers that Jeremy Sires has.
Catherine,
now he is definitely a
Actually,
larger.
I didn't have school.
You didn't have school today?
No.
Why not?
What?
I was a little sick.
She was a little sick.
A little sick.
Yeah, she went to the doctor today, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not doing so well. I have pneumonia. She has a sinus infection.
Kitty.
There's a cat here somewhere.
She on my leg.
So I rocked up to West's house last Wednesday randomly. I'm in the back of an Uber going, or not in the back of an Uber. I had a buddy of mine drop me off, and I'm a block and a half away from his house. I was like, en route to your house. He goes, I'm still working. I guess you could. I'm still working. I'm like, that's okay. I'll just come down and sit and stare at you.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
And yeah, 30 seconds later, I rock up in there, and you guys have seen him on the show. The kids carrying that cat, just like upside down.
Carry that cat around.
That cat. I come in. The cat's upside down in her arms there, and I'm like, the poor thing. So I try to get the cat, and I flip the cat back over, and I hold the cat for a couple seconds. I set the cat down, and it just walks away calmly. Not like I need to get out of here quick, but just like I'm not going to draw attention to myself.
It's the best rescue cat in the world. It doesn't freak out. It doesn't scratch the kids. Locke, how was school today, buddy?
Oh, good.
What'd you do today?
Go to school.
What did you do at school?
Oh.
Well, you've really painted us
in the first place.
Locke, you've really painted us a picture. I feel like I was there.
You're a good storyteller, buddy.
You the story you've woven this web of intrigue and villainry at your school. Tell us about the person who stole your grilled cheese.
Did somebody steal your grilled cheese?
No.
You can really spin a yarn, Locke.
No.
All right.
They didn't steal your.
Wait, I wanted to show and tell something.
Oh, show and tell something.
All right. Well, show and tell. Okay, we got the Care Bear, and what do we got here? Is that a flashlight? Is that a light?
It's like a flashlight.
It's a flashlight. It's just a normal old flashlight. Nothing's crazy about this flashlight.
And it also.
But wait,
there's
more.
Does that.
And
it's an accordion flashlight.
No, it can.
Now.
It's a lantern.
Oh, okay, it's a lantern. I'm like accordion flashlight, and I'm sitting here thinking. What is the application for an accordion flashlight?
So you can see when you're playing music.
And
it has a solar panel. He loves this thing. He explained
that's cool.
This device to everyone we met at Ogilvy.
Oh yeah, and also
including Santa.
And also at first Dad and me thought it was cracking open at first.
We thought it was broken, and then it turns out it was an accordion. It expands.
And I'm going to do a show and tell too.
Okay, Catherine, you do a show and tell.
This is cotton ball.
That's cotton ball.
See,
that's cotton ball.
And see.
Okay, we can't see. Hold cotton ball up a little higher because we can't see.
Hold cotton ball up so you can see it there. There you go.
There we go.
Blue eyes.
I've got blue eyes.
Yeah, David has blue eyes, just like you, Catherine.
Yeah.
And just like Locke. I don't like what's happening here.
And cotton ball all white.
Catherine, what else do you have here?
Care Bear.
And she has Care Bear.
I need a
there,
drink
there,
after
there
that
it is. All right. Well, you guys go to bed and don't knock my lights over. Okay.
Good night, David.
Good night, kiddos.
Goodbye, Catherine. I love you.
All
right,
the
guys.
grilled cheese you can have tomorrow. Don't let anybody steal it.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna steal his grilled cheese. Those kids.
No. Yeah, sure. Let's just get.
What are you trying to say?
And we're moving on.
And we're moving on.
And on we go. So
And-
Jeremy Cyrus has 515,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so he might not be considered a micro influencer, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where you want to be, and that's what you do. See, look, zero budget. Guess what? Send some samples to some micro influencers, and they will give you some reviews. Most of the time, completely just because you send them stuff. That's one thing that I do. I love giving reviews, and people just send me stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah. People don't send me anything. People send me bills. That's what they send me.
Start doing reviews. You'll get free stuff.
The electric company really wants me to review their electric provider providing services.
How are they doing so far?
Every month they're sending me that.
I know. It hasn't gone out once yet though. I hope.
No, they actually that is a good thing about up here. One of my first things was about how much snow we get up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they say, "Oh, we're only getting," and we say things like, "Oh, we're only getting 3 to 5 feet."
Only.
Oh, we're only getting 3 to 5 feet. So that is, I was worried about. I was going to get a whole home generator installed, but it's not needed. It's not needed.
I do actually
I'll
want to
probably
get a
do it at
generator.
some point.
That's only because I'm crazy. So number one was consistency is key. Number two is collaborators and gifting. Number three is a really good one.
Number three.
Number
brought
three
to
is
you in
one
part
you won't
by
often think about professional.
Brought to you in part by the Little Red Hen Photography Studio.
Exactly.
Little Red Hen, for when it has to be done in a professional manner.
And we haven't seen him in a while. Where's Matt Harmon been?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with Matt.
I don't know. I'll at Matt Harmon here.
I think he's still alive.
Wait, no. Who am I at in here? There it is.
There he is. So number three is professional quality photography. So look, you don't need to go out and hire a photographer as long as you can actually take good photos yourself. But David, how often have you been on somebody's social media page where they're trying to sell a product, or on somebody's website, and the photography is just like it's just awful. The lighting is bad. It's not.
And it doesn't have
well.
to be. I'm gonna go to pick a retailer, any retailer. And then I'm gonna let you continue while I search through their website real quick.
Okay. I'm trying to think of one. Sears is still around, aren't they? Kmart. Is Kmart still around?
J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney's. They're still big.
I know it's still around.
Very big.
I know they're. So here's their official
I
site.
was actually joking. I didn't know they were still around.
Yeah, they're here. They're still around.
I had no idea.
I'm just looking at their homepage.
Old Navy. Pick one
homepage.
that's actually decent. Old Navy.
Old Navy. Gee, Merry Christmas.
New Navy? I don't know. What are you into?
Not Old Navy. Gee, Merry Christmas. It gives me my blood pressure goes up just thinking about Old Navy.
Hofbrauhaus. There's one.
Oof, right house. No, I don't want to slam anything. Hofbrauhaus has a freebie on me.
All right. So
It has
what are
bad-
you
I'll
looking
give-
at this retailer's website?
I just want to look. I want to look at their main page and take a look at their photography. And their
Well, all of
photography
these
at Old
retailers-
Navy
So
is
big
good.
retailers are going to have decent photography, but man, I
Not
can tell you,
always.
well, not always. That's true. I've seen some pretty shady photography.
Yeah.
But it does make a big difference. It just adds a level of professionality to your content. It's going to make you seem even subconsciously more professional and more worth somebody's time and attention. Because look, if you put up photography on your Instagram page of your product and it's out of focus, or the lighting is bad, or you can barely read or see what's happening, people are going to gloss over it. They're just going to skip right over it. They're not going to give you an ounce of their time or their attention. Because again, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, is people will give you their money long before they give you their time or their attention. You need to stand out and make it worth their time and attention. And what's going to do that is decent photography, whether that's video content or actual photographic content. You need to up your game. There are a lot of people who actually dedicate a portion of their budget, even very small businesses, a portion of their budget monthly to photography specific for social media, because what you can do is you can not only use that for actual, product photos on your website, you can use it for social media. You can use it for video content if you make videos. You can use it on all the social platforms. If you shoot stuff on a decent background, guess what? You can then clip it and cut it and edit it the way you need to use in other pieces of content.
Yeah.
Good photography with good lighting, good quality is going to be worth its weight in gold. I know I say that a lot, but it really, really will.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference.
I've got to work on the lighting here. It's just I've got the one light here, and we can see the difference between somebody who has taken the time to set up the lighting, like West has over here, and somebody who's like, "Here, I got a bright light, turn it on."
Well, it's a little different.
Light.
It's a little different situation. Plus, I've had a background in photography and that sort of thing, so but you look great, David. You do. We can tell. You look good. You look truly professional. As professional as any other part of the show. So go figure.
No comment.
So look,
as I drink from my Bubenstein.
No matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter what your business is, you need to up your photography game. Even if you think it's pretty good, keep improving. Look at what other people are doing, and think about how you can actually reach that level. Or if you're already higher than them, think about what you can do to improve. So here's some things you can do. Go on YouTube, okay? Look for lighting tutorials, because good lighting will change your game. Whether it's studio lighting or just moving things around so they catch the sunlight in just the right way, knowing what a focus light is, or the shadow core, or a highlight on backlighting. It's gonna change, and that's not even the correct terminology. I'm just saying stuff off the top of my head to sound like I'm kind of smart. But honestly,
I was just going to say, bright light, turn it on.
Yeah, look this stuff up. Go on YouTube and search lighting tutorials for both video and photography. And I promise you, just good lighting alone will completely change your social media game. It really, really will. So that was number 3, professional quality photography. Number 4 is one that, man, we could do multiple. We could have a whole podcast just dedicated to this, is building a personal brand.
Oh, Vez. Gary V.
Of course, I got to have a Gary V quote in there. So Gary V, he's all about the personal brand. Everybody who knows Gary Vaynerchuk knows what he's all about. He is his brand. He's the head of VaynerMedia, and he's built multiple companies. He's one of the biggest marketers in the world right now. He says your personal brand is your reputation, and your reputation in perpetuity is the foundation of your career, which is absolutely true. Look, your personal brand tells the world who you are. And how does this relate back to your business, right? Let's say I'm Matt Hamlin, and I have my car wrapping business. Now I have my multi-million-dollar semi wrapping business. Look, it comes down to the fact that by our human nature, we love a story. Humans we just love a story. And as such, people would much rather buy products from a person. That's why Dave Thomas was so integral to Wendy's. That's why Steve Jobs was so integral to that later success of Apple. That's why Elon Musk is so integral to the success of Tesla. That's why
Twitter.
Ronald McDonald is so integral to the success of Burger King. The thing is, you can...
Actually, there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. Just for people who don't know this, quick side tangent here from Dave, the Tangent Master. The marketing research that McDonald's did to find out where they needed to place their stores. Mm-hmm. Burger King said, "No, we're not spending that money. Wherever McDonald's puts a store, we're going to go within X amount of feet of it and put a Burger King." And so they got rid of that whole entire cost. Said, "All right, McDonald's is going there, we're going there. McDonald's is going there, we're going right there." And that's what they did. Yeah.
Look, and a lot of brands do that. Look, as far as marketing activities go, a lot of companies do that, because you get massive corporations who spend millions of dollars developing what? Avatars, customer profiles, these different marketing tactics and techniques. And you see other really big companies, maybe not quite as big, but definitely more frugal, who don't want to spend that kind of money. They'll do exactly the same thing. And guess what? It still works. They just didn't need to pay multiple millions of dollars to develop it.
The earth, fire, wind, and water. And when the world needed him the most, the Avatar disappeared. It's the last Airbender version of the Avatar.
That's true. Look, only this version
Which was
isn't
a lot
directed
better.
by M. Night Shyamalan, which was obviously a huge success.
They're actually thinking about bringing that. Oh,
what a
my God,
twist!
it was so bad, so bad.
Actually, I think I think Amazon or somebody's going to make a series out of it. But
they're
again,
going to
hopefully not
they're
with
going
M.
to come
Night
back. They're going
Shyamalan.
to make it a series out of it. So it'll like Bay or something like that'll direct it.
Oh, Michael
be
Bay! Don't get me
things
started on
blowing up
Michael
everywhere.
Bay. It'll be all camera shaking. You don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
It'll have some
Yes.
random Ninja Turtle running through the background that doesn't even look like a Ninja Turtle. It'll have
Yeah.
some.
Have you ever
bits of-
seen a Ninja Turtle? Huh?
It'll have some.
Michael, have you ever seen a Ninja Turtle? Come on.
It'll have some random pixels they say is a transformer, and then something will explode for no reason. And then Megan Fox will bend over a car for absolutely no reason at all. But guess what? It's targeted towards teenage
okay with that
boys,
part.
so I guess it works, right? Of course.
Yeah, I'm
Ugh.
teenage.
Lowest common denominator is the male.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. So I love that the official
This
reviews.
is called a
for
tangent,
Transformers-
everyone.
Yes, this is one hell of a tangent. The reviews for Transformers 2 came out. It was like people running and things blowing up. The end.
That's it.
That was the movie.
That's
And I watched it.
really
And I was like, damn, that was a lot of people running, and there's a lot of stuff that blew up. I guess they were right.
Oh, that's literally it. Well, look, I mean, here could be the trailer for literally any Tom Cruise movie. Just look up, go to YouTube and Google. Just go to YouTube and Google. I don't know, go to YouTube and search.
Same thing.
That's their brand. Look, we can do a whole show about that. Go to YouTube and search for Tom Cruise running montage. And there are people who put montages of like 10 minutes of just him running for absolutely no reason.
Just him running.
And that's literally every Tom Cruise movie. But personal brands are a real thing.
Brands.
Because,
Talking
again,
about Jordan Peterson, I'll tell you that's a guy who has built a personal brand that is. We got to be careful. We got to be careful.
He's very political, and I love a lot of his messages. He gets very political. He's very polarizing, which is part of his brand. He wants to be
exactly.
He actually
is
goes
exactly
out of his way
where he wants to be.
Right.
Yes.
He's top of mind. Everybody knows his name.
Yep. You
And
know, the
you're right,
moment
that is a
I said it, you're like,
personal
ooh, Dave, we're getting close. No, we're not going to go into what he's talking about or any part of his beliefs or any part of his strategy.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, that is a person. You shouldn't only look at people that look at stuff specifically the way that you do. Echo chambers are very dangerous, and confirmation bias is very real. So especially in business, you'll get an anchor idea, and that's a show. That's a whole other show. Anyway, but somebody like Jordan Peterson and Gary Vee, those are people who literally they have their brands. If Vaynerchuk gets behind something, they're like, okay, it's in this sphere, and there's going to be revenue to make on that. And Peterson,
Usually,
not so much revenue, but there's going to be something to gain there.
Well, he's
those
not
are
a
two
poor
people
man
who
right
have really
now.
branded themselves.
Right, and
that
that's
have
it.
really
So-
made a brand out of themselves.
So I mentioned, Dave Thomas for Wendy's. I mentioned Steve
Yeah.
Jobs for Apple. The thing is a lot of people who start a business, and I've talked to a lot of these people. They're like, oh, I don't want to be out in front. I don't really have a face for camera. I'm not good talking in front of people. People don't want to see me. They want to see the product. Yeah, that's kind of true. But guess what? People would much rather buy from you than a faceless, nameless brand they've never heard of before. Because guess what? I can go on Amazon right now and find a bajillion random, boggle cube mixed up lettered names of random companies I've never heard of before, knowing they're just some fly-by-night company who just made a bunch of garbage they're trying to sell me.
Yeah.
But if even one of them puts a genuine face in front of their product and says, guess what? I'm Jim Bob Louie, and this is my random doodad that I'd like to buy.
Whatchamadinger, yeah.
Right. Guess what? I'd much rather buy that random doodad than this random doodad. Guess why? Because I see this guy. People trust people. Even if it's BS, even if it's garbage, people trust people. Because people love a story. People want to know about you. And a prime example of this, he's doing a great job, is Stevie Evans. On his About page, he has pictures of his family, of his kids. He talks about how the company is named after his dog, Bentley, who passed away, and it's just
Yeah.
you'll learn about that, and people
So
would much rather buy that than some other random company where they never see the person who owns it. They don't know anything about the person who runs the company. They don't know why the company even exists other than to sell this product.
yeah,
Personal branding.
I got to ping him right now.
Stevie Evans? Yeah, he's great. We need to have him on soon.
Evans.
He actually just got that new website that he pointed out last week that
Yeah,
we need to have him on to talk about his new website. He was on Wix before, and he opened a new shop on Shopify. I think it's Shop Big
and his
Bentleys.
Shopify, his Shopify is tight.
It's really good. And that's the thing. That's actually what got me thinking about some of these. He actually got much better photography. His about page is great because it shows his family. It shows him as a person. He's starting this business himself. He is really building a great personal brand. And I think he really epitomizes all of these four things that we're talking about. He consistently posts on social media, does a great job. I don't know how much collaboration he's done, but he's in a number of retail locations right now, so he's doing great there. His photography on his website is head and shoulders above what it was on his old website.
It's acceptable. It's acceptable. I mean,
it could be better.
He's got room.
It could be better, but
his top picture is actually really good.
Look
Lighting,
at the
everything
pictures
is
he had
there.
on his
The
old
background,
website,
yeah,
versus what he has now.
yeah, it's good. So I'll go this one. I was in a business meeting yesterday, in a business meeting on my daily job, and somebody was asking me about the carpet cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking about the carpet
Did
cleaning
you
stuff.
mention Big Bentleys?
Yeah, they said, I seen you using this that really kick-ass carpet cleaner for the pet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me about it? And I literally went through, I gave him a whole spill about how I tried it out with the spot stuff first. And then I said, man, I bet this stuff would be great. So I went and used it in the carpet cleaner and cleaned the whole carpet. Now we're just trying to keep this carpet, livable until we rip all of it out and replace it with hardwood in here. But it literally, it was night and day, the recovery we got out of this stuff. And it was phenomenal.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you one area where he really needs to move into is, look, he's making a great home in the pet niche, right? But his carpet cleaner is not just good for pet messes. It's good for other random messes on the carpet. And I'll tell you a niche that he needs to move into. He needs to take the exact same product, relabel it as a new product for new home buyers, okay? Because here's the thing. Everybody who's bought a home, a used home, probably not a brand new home, but a used home, everybody who's moved into a home sees those random stains. And they're like, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to go near it. When we moved into this house, our carpet was disgusting. And we just had a baby, and this baby's crawling all over this carpet. And yeah, we had it cleaned, but there's still the random mystery stain here and there. Not now. We had all the carpet removed and replaced. But at the time, we're like, ooh, this is bad. And and there are lists that you can actually get. And there are ways you can target new movers. And I guarantee you, look, I work with a lot of big retailers. And one of their biggest demographics is new movers. Because people need stuff. Especially when they move into a new home. So, Stevie, I'm telling you, let's talk. We can make this happen.
I haven't got to use it yet, but I'm actually thinking about.
David, you were supposed to bring that to town last time you came. We got to smoke some
was.
cigars and spray this. So Stevie Evans has a new product.
Actually, I'm thinking about just burning a cigar in here. I'm actually thinking this is from the same company. This is from Bentley Special. This is Stevie Evans, okay? This is Stevie Evans right here. This is the Tobacco Odor Eliminator. And you can reach them at 859-404-1073. Call him at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's got a newborn. It'll be fine. But this is Tobacco Odor Eliminator. I haven't got to use it yet. And my wife and kids, I'm sorry, we got to clarify here. My current wife is outside hanging up lights. Because I'm in here.
There's no better time right now than right now to smoke a cigar, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. So, man, it smells good too. So I got distracted. They were literally knocking on the window, going, "Hey, look!" I'm not busy. It's cool. So he sent this stuff out to us to give us a try. And I don't smoke in my house, but I'm actually thinking about giving at least a cigar a go, just to see what this stuff can do. Because all of his other stuff has been just top notch. but I
Right.
want to see what it can do. And
Look.
I think if I use this and in combination with the Rabbit air filter, which you have just to your left, I believe,
Yeah, one right there.
if I put both those things in, this and that rocking together, there's Stevie Evans
Stevie
is
says
on
do
now,
it.
says do it.
So
So
David,
I don't know if
David,
you
David,
heard Stevie.
look, I have the Rabbit air filter right here. Here's what you do. You
Yep.
come to town. We're gonna come to my basement. We're gonna smoke some cigars. My current wife will she'll probably come down right away because the smoke does go up through the vents and whatnot. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send her out with the kids. We're gonna smoke some cigars here. We're gonna spray Stevie Evans odor eliminator, and I guarantee by the time she gets back,
I would too.
she won't be able to smell a thing.
I would too. And this is it's a good smell. It's a good smell.
But go ahead and light a cigar now. Go ahead, do it.
If I could,
dare you.
I don't want to do it on the podcast. On
I
this
know, I'm
podcast,
joking. This is,
other shows we could fire up a cigar, but this one I don't think we can.
We're
get
being
away with it.
professional.
Professional all the time. Let me drink out of my Bubenstein.
Slancha.
To dead air. So, Prost. With your weird cilantro cheersing
Cilantro.
stuff.
Avocado. Yeah.
Yeah, avocado. Avocado, mother father.
But Stevie, we were just talking about your website.
We were just
and
talking
love
about
your new
it.
website. Steve, we got to have you on sometime soon so we can talk about how your business is going. I actually got one of his emails not too long ago, and it looked great. We got to talk about your email platform. We got to talk about what you're doing in business and how your business is going. Because everybody go to, I think it's Shop Big Bentley's is the new
It is shop.
domain.
It is shopbigbentley.com.
Yeah.
So there's shopbigbentley.com. It will take you to his new Shopify website. And I see certain things on here. The only thing I would say to add on here, and it's probably in here somewhere. I haven't not tried to look at anything. I haven't clicked any of the stuff here. Pet shampoos, deodorant cleaner, stain removers. Let's see here. If you guys are going to buy this, don't buy the pump spray bottles. Just buy it by the gallon, man. Just buy this stuff by the gallon. You're going to use it.
Yeah.
And you're going to want it. You're going to walk around your house going, is that a stain? And you're going to go try to clean up all these little things around your house.
Right.
You're going to use it. Buy it by the gallon. Buy it by the
Well, I mean, also
Stevie, I don't
that-
see the gallons on your website. Get the gallons up there so we can buy them.
Well, also knowing that there aren't a lot of the chemicals and stuff that you get with these other household cleaners, like this bioenzymatic stuff, is safe with the kids and the pets. So, I mean, you don't feel guilty about spraying it where you know your kids are going to be playing. And this is not a commercial. Stevie does not pay us to say this. We just love his business. We love his business model. We think he's doing a great job.
He did send these out. I will say that he did send these out to us at no charge, but he may have been dropping them in. But because I didn't ask him, I didn't email him, nothing. I went on his website. I bought his product.
True. It could be garbage. We don't know. And if it is, we'll say so. But Stevie, I have faith it's going to be good because your other products are great.
Yeah, the other products are great. And I'm wondering what kind of cleaning effects this would have too. So, when I turn this in, when I'm getting ready to remodel in here, probably in the Q1 of next year, listen at me, the first of next year, I want to start renovating here, flooring and everything and paint and all the stuff. And, I'm going to have some different couches and some chairs here. Might have some fabrics and things. And I'm kind of like, I kind of want them to get a stain on it because I want to try out and see if this not only will take care of tobacco, but what will it do on a stain? Stevie, what will this do?
Hey, can somebody drop some salsa on my couch? I need to clean this thing.
Yeah. You better not have salsa. You don't drop salsa on a couch. What's wrong with you?
You have kids. Kids always drop salsa on everything.
So this is this crazy thing is the rest of the house, the kids basically own and destroy. This one room is a sanctuary. They don't come in here. They'll come in here when I'm here. They'll come in and talk to me. They don't
so
have
this
a problem
one won't
just
clean a
walking
stain,
right
he says. This one's only
it
odor
won't clean a
eliminator.
stain.
Right. This one's
It won't
only
clean a stain. We'll find out.
odors.
We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm gonna put it to the test.
Stevie, he's gonna test. He's gonna test.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna test it out. I gotta test it out. I got to know.
It's odor eliminator. It's not a stain remover. It's a different product.
So I don't know.
I wonder,
I don't know
if this
stuff you
Windex
put
is
in.
going to help my elbow pain. What's going to happen if I spray that?
Actually, there was a movie like My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That's
or
where
something
that
like
came
that,
from. Yeah.
that had that in there. And my not current wife, my former girlfriend or whatever, that's the reason I know that. So
It's a
just
good
to
thing
make
your
sure you
current
guys
wife
know,
doesn't
I don't
watch this show.
Oh, they're friends. They're fine. They're
Completely
fine.
different formulas, he says. This will not clean up stains. That's only for odors. He does have a stain remover, David, which I believe you have a bottle of.
I'm out of that bottle of. I am definitely out of that bottle of because I went through that stuff like crazy. I mean, I walked around here and was like.
So go on his website and buy a bottle.
Stevie, listen to me here. Listen here, son. Look here. Look at Stevie. I need you to buy or offer a electrically controlled or a battery operated little handle because I'm a guitar player, man. So just sitting there spraying that.
Interesting. That's an interesting thought. So I would. I've seen those on like
premium.
I've seen those on like garden sprays and stuff where they have that motorized sprayer.
Yeah. I
wonder what that would set you back.
What's it? The stuff that killed the orchid, not orchid.
Well, there's Roundup has those.
Roundup. My Roundup bottle out there has the thing. I click a button, hit the button. I flip a switch, I hit the button, and it just sprays deadly chemical out. So if I could get that for a non-deadly chemical, that would be even better.
You are the worst spokesman for a
Roundup
ever.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I can flip a switch and spray this deadly chemical that kills the grass and all the stuff into it, all the stuff out of it. But I guess I hear go 50,000 times.
You're the man with these Popeye forearms, and you can't.
Yeah, that's because I got to use these little pinkies to operate because I can't hold it properly. But no, it's if I could get something that gives me a more continuous spray for some of the larger spots.
Ooh, a pump
that's,
bottle. A pump bottle.
Yeah.
You pump it up.
A pump bottle.
Right? Come on.
I thought about that. I thought about going and buying one of those and doing, but I didn't want to go I didn't want to go too crazy. Although I did empty the floor and put a carpet cleaner in place and all this stuff to clean it up.
I'll bet Stevie could source pump bottles pretty easily if he buys them in bulk.
Yeah. And we don't necessarily need a big one. If you could find a 1 liter version pump bottle, that would be gold.
Yeah, see?
That would be gold.
Stevie, we're helping you is what we're trying to do. So he's really happy he tuned in tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked out well.
Hey, Stevie, here's how you run your business.
Stevie, here's what you got.
People love it. We got
to do the current on him.
Now, Stevie, what you don't understand, Stevie, what you don't understand about your own business.
What you don't understand about running your own business that you're doing very successful at is you should be doing it this way.
Right. We know you've been pretty successful, but what you don't understand about your own business.
Okay. To be fair to us on this, Stevie has been watching us and working with us and talking to us and actually following some of our advice for a while now. So,
but he's been doing great. We got to have him back on the show soon.
Yeah. I want to get an update. I want to see where he's at.
Yeah.
I want to see where he's at, and we need to see the baby.
Yeah, you got to bring the baby on.
Got to bring the baby.
Probably
on.
goes to sleep before the show. Babies typically have pretty early bedtimes.
Are you afraid it's not going to be conversationalist during the day? What the hell? Here, hold it up. Say hi. This is the baby. All right, and we're done.
We got to ask some questions. We got to say, hey, baby, how's
what's he going to do?
How's life?
Give you a slight grin, a fart, and shit on itself? Come on now.
Well, I work with you every week.
Oh, 61 half dozen of the other, I suppose. So yeah, Stevie, we definitely need to have you on. We want to get an update, and let's target before Christmas, he says. So yes, I'm in on that.
Stevie, what are you doing next week? What are you doing next week? We'll wait for your answer. We'll just have to until you answer. There's like a minute and a half delay. We'll wait.
We're just gonna drink beer until you tell us what's going on. How was your weekend?
We were going to do that anyway. But it's a very exciting show tonight. But those are the 4 things that you need to do on social media. So while Stevie's looking for an answer to reply not to come onto our show,
for personal branding.
Number 1 is consistency is key.
I say we go backwards because I think we should go backwards. I think we should go backwards because that number 1 is really important. So personal branding.
Okay. So number four is personal branding. So you need to build a personal brand along with your company brand. The two should be should be simultaneously developed, and the people would much rather buy from you than some nameless company they've never heard of before. I promise you. No matter what your product or service is, they will. Stevie is living proof of that, by the way. Number 3 is professional quality photography. So, Stevie, your photography on your website looks great. You've been doing a great job. But look, everybody else out there on social media, whether it's on your website, on social media platforms, wherever, learn how to do really good photography. If you don't pay for your photography to be done, it will pay dividends, I promise you.
And if you are looking if you are looking for somebody who really has the heart, knack, talent for it, let us know. We'll put you in touch with Little Red Hen Photography, Matt Harmon, who is absent from the background there.
He normally sits right over here, right there.
Is an excellent photographer, and not only was he already an excellent photographer, he's learning even more now, going to shul.
And that was number 3, photography. Number 2 is collaborations and gifting. So again, social proof online is key, but you don't need to pay tons of money for a big influencer. When you work with micro influencers, most of the time you can just send them a sample of your product and they will give you a great review a lot of the time. I'm telling you, it's really worth your time investing in those relationships. That was number 2. Number 1, David, number 1, coming in a t-shirt. What is number 1 thing people need to do online?
Consistency over time equals success. Be consistent. We are consistently inconsistent on our message, which is our consistency. We consistently have fun. We consistently do. This show is almost the same every single week.
Well, we say a lot of the same things.
Yes, we have a lot of different topics. We bring them in, but they all tie together. Why? Because they're important. When you have things that are scattered across the globe and multiple people's belief structures, all that thing, and there's certain things that tie them all together, well, that's just because it's fact and truth. The same thing goes for this. Even though we're talking about this column, this column, this column, this column, and those columns shift every week, but we can always bedrock them back down to a common truth or fact. That's just the bottom line.
There are a few core things that we talk about that we keep bringing up every single episode because they're always true, no matter what the topic is. So we are we're consistent in those beliefs. But you need to be consistent in your social media postings, and that just doesn't mean the type of content you post, but also the frequency. You need to post frequently on a regular basis, and you need to be very consistent about how you do that because, again, you're going to feed the algorithms, you're going to build that social proof, you're going to get your brand out there in front of people. Building that brand recognition is amazing. You absolutely cannot do without it. And again, Stevie's been doing an amazing job of that. He says he's actually off next week. Stevie, that was not a confirmation. If you're going to be free next week, we'd love to have you on and talk about your business. So let us know.
And we'll wait for more.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll wait some more.
We'll just wait here in silence.
Stevie.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it, he says. Okay. We're in.
Oh, that didn't get awkward at all. That did not get awkward at
it would have been bad had he said, I'd rather not,
pass.
guys.
Man, you guys are a little too far out there for me. So it worked. It worked.
Absolutely. Stevie, sorry to put you on the spot, but we'll be in touch about getting you on the show.
I'm not sorry to put you on the spot. You're doing a kick-ass job, and I think sharing your story is good for everybody.
I can't wait to hear how his sales been doing. I mean, every time we talk to him, his sales, he's in more retail locations. He's just got a brand new website, so obviously his online sales been doing well. I want to hear what he's been doing.
Yeah, I want to know what his Black Friday is, Cyber Mondays were.
Well, look, maybe. You know what? I'll bet. I'd be curious. I'll bet his big sales times won't be before the holidays or in the holiday season. I'll bet it'll be right after holidays. Imagine what kind of carpets. Imagine the carpets that need to be cleaned the day after New Year's Eve or the day after St. Patrick's Day, right? I mean, think about it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the day after Sweetest Day.
I don't know what you're doing
day, right?
on Sweetest Day.
That's a day, right?
That's when we
get drunk.
Hallmark
Right? That's when we all get just completely clattered.
Sweetest Day?
Yeah. It's where everybody just gets absolutely sloshed.
David,
I love
you
it. It's
have
a
a
great day. It's the
very
greatest day of the
lucky
year.
wife. She's a lucky lady.
I don't think you celebrate Sweetest Day with your wives.
Again,
That would
you have a
defeat
very
the
lucky wife. She's she's a
Yeah,
lucky lady.
it's a good
Nikki-
thing she doesn't. I think she was. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Nikki Leffingwell,
yeah.
you're a lucky lady.
If by lucky means she's probably looking for a way out, then yes.
Look,
She's just biding her time
it's
over there
well,
with
look,
little praying
exactly.
mantis hands.
She's just waiting for one of your ideas to really take off, and then she's like, "I get half. I'm out."
I'm out. I'm out. Peace. It's been. Thanks for all the fish.
Exactly.
If you
Name
guys
that
didn't get
reference
that
in the comments if you know what that is.
yeah, name that reference. Yeah, absolutely. Get that reference in the comments. That's actually a really easy reference. So
super.
you know.
So long, and thanks for all the fish. I wholly endorse that.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, we'll see what happens next.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've went through those four things, and here I'd like to point out two things. We haven't talked about Joe Rogan tonight.
Oh, there you go. Finally got mentioned.
So we haven't talked about Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And he put a top 4 list together that only had 4 things.
Well,
every
he's
other
had
list
several
he has
bullet
put
points
together,
down below, but you know,
everything he has ever else wants put together, it's been like 4, but then there's another main bullet point that really should have been 5. Or he's like, here's the top 7 things you need to do with your shoestrings on Thursdays, and he's got 8.
Well, look, when I
Every
say the
single
top
time.
8 or 9 things on an agenda, I mean,
Yeah.
we have the best of intentions to get through all 8, but then it ends up being a 2 or 3 hour show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is what it is.
So I think here soon that you've got your pipe channel thing going, we really need to interview a Mr. West Carnahan about the growth of his channel and some of the, you've had some hurdles we have talked about on here with basically getting locked out of one of your account and starting over again.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I would love to talk about how you overcame that challenge and got back in, and what kind of dip did you see? Don't answer right now. I honestly think this needs to be a show in the very near future. Maybe not next week because we're going to have Stevie on.
Mm-hmm.
And I love you to death, brother, but I want to hear what Stevie's doing. I really do want to hear what Stevie's got
He
cracking.
takes priority. Oh, absolutely. Look.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of information to give there because that was a pretty big deal and still kind of recovering. But at this point, I couldn't go back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
I
go
know.
back to
You
the
talked to me.
original
You
account.
talked to me just last Wednesday. And you still weren't able to gain access into that in the original account. So there's things like that people have to be prepared for in the social media platform or in the social media sphere of marketing or branding yourself. So that's going to be something that I want to talk to you about here again, like I said, in the very near future. So maybe not next week, but perhaps the week following. And we should really take a look at the calendar really quick, and excellent. Christmas falls on a Sunday evening this year. So that means the week before and the week after those Wednesdays should be just fine and dandy.
Yeah, we'll be just fine. We'll be good.
Yes.
We don't.
So,
we're not going to be doing this on Christmas Eve, is what you're trying to say.
Well, I mean, I would. if Christmas Eve was if Christmas Day was on a Wednesday, then brother, I'm gonna be here doing my thing on Wednesday night because I guarantee you the people who watch our show are gonna be definitely ready to take a break away from everything else and just watch 2 drunk people just talk about business haphazardly and random. Well, we're not really haphazard or random. It just seems that way sometimes on purpose.
Exactly. Accidentally on purpose. I think that's the name of a rom-com movie from the 90s. I don't know, but it sounds like it should have been. So look.
It probably was.
And it's not, we'll write it. We'll make it happen. So in the meantime.
It'll be a thing. We'll put out a spill.
I've been Wes. This guy's been David. This guy's been Matt Harmon, who's not been here. The guy down
where the hell, Matt?
has been Stevie Evans. So go to Big Bentley, go to shopbigbentley.com and get your
pull up. Yep. Shop Big Bentley's. No, it's Big Bentley's Pet Supply, but the website is, I've gotten off of their home screen. Let me go back to
the website is Shop Big Bentley.
In
Yes.
fact, let's just put it over in the comments.
Go to
I'll go over here and I'm
shopbigbitly.com.
going to drop it here.
Despite our this is why we couldn't be spokespeople. Despite our terrible spokesmanship, it's actually a pretty good product.
No.
So
It's a damn good product. We are an excellent
spokesman.
spokesman. Excellent spokesman. We're not trying to give you the nuclear world of it. We're trying to give you the real reality of it. We're trying to give you a real look into what this product is, because we are real people and we connect you on a real level.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to go with.
We're
All
gonna go
right.
with that.
That's
So
cut, tape, and ship.
see you guys next week. Later.
Basically infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. The neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.